Hey everybody, welcome back to Park Reed. Today I'm going to be doing my official NBA playoffs picks. So let's get into it. So let's first talk about the play-in tournament, where we have the 7 seed playing the 8 seed, the 9 seed playing the 10 seed, which those two games have already been played. So we have the 8 seeded Hawks versus the 10 seeded Heat. The Hawks lost to the Magic the other night in Orlando, and the Heat actually upset the Bulls the other night in Chicago. So then they'll be playing tonight. The winner of that will play a 7-game series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then the Western Conference, we have the 9 seed versus the 10 seed King. The Mavs actually upset the Kings, and the Grizzlies, of course, lost to the Warriors at Golden State. So the Grizzlies will play the Mavs, and the Hawks will play the Heat. Hawks have home court advantage, and the Grizzlies have home court advantage against the Mavs. So I'm actually going to pick the Grizzlies to beat the Mavs and the Heat to upset the Hawks. But no matter what, I think the one seed beats whatever team they play. So yeah, let's actually get into it. So we'll start off in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to go the whole Eastern Conference and the whole Western Conference. So the Eastern Conference, we had the 1-seeded Cavs versus the 8-seeded Heat or Hawks. But I'm going to go with the Cavs in 5 games. I'll give the 8 seed 1 game, because I do think the 8 seed is good enough to win 1 game. 2 games kind of pushing it. I don't really know if an 8 seed can kind of push a 7-game series. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland too much. Then we have Pacers versus Bucks, which is going to be a good one. So this is a matchup of last year's first round, where the Bucks were the 3 seed and the Pacers were the 6 seed. Pacers actually upset them and upset the Knicks, and then went to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they eventually got swept by the Boston Celtics, who were the NBA champions. So they actually upset the Bucks last year in 6 games. And this year, they have home court advantage. Last year, but Bucks had home court advantage. This year, the Pacers have a home court advantage, and they've already beat them, and I think they're a better team than them. And Damian Lillard, who is the Bucks' second best player behind Giannis Antetokounmpo, is not set to play in this game or in this series. They said there's rumors that he might come back, but that'll probably be game 3 or game 4. I'm gonna go Pacers in 6 games. I do like the Bucks, but I like the Pacers in that one. Knicks Pistons. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. So Knicks are the 3 seed, Pistons are the 6 seed. So Knicks have home court advantage, of course, but so the Pistons and Knicks have played 4 times this year, and the Pistons are actually the lower seed, but they're 3-1 against them, and the Knicks are the higher seed, but they're 1-3 against them. So the Pistons have beat them 3 out of the 4 times, and the Knicks have lost to the Pistons 3 out of the 4 times. So the Knicks have only won 1 time this year in the regular season. The Pistons have won 3 times against them in the regular season. But the Knicks have a better record, and they have home court advantage. I'm going Knicks in 7 games. I think this will be a good, high competitive 7-game series. I think it will go the distance, but it's hard to play New York in Game 7 at New York. But I do think Jalen Brunson and the Nova Knicks will get it done there. And then, yeah, our last matchup of the Eastern Conference first round, I'll have the Celtics versus Magic, where the Magic did have a good performance against the Atlanta Hawks, which I will have the Celtics winning in 5 games. Gentleman sweep there. I think the Magic do get a game there, Paulo and Franz, but I don't think Paulo and Franz can carry them to more of a 2, maybe a one of those like 2 game, like where they win 2 games. They're just not really. I don't think they'll win 2 games. And then yeah, so we have the Cavs moving on, the Pacers moving on, the Knicks moving on, and the Celtics moving on. Moving on to the Eastern Conference second round, we have the 1 seed of Cavs versus the 4 seed of Pacers, where I do want to take a farther look at this. I think last year, the theme of the playoffs was how many ways can you beat the other team? And this year, I think it's the 3-point volume. Can you be clutch from 3? Can you hit 3-point shots? And I think this Cavs team can. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, I think Max Strus, like in 2023, made a big run with the Heat. He was like their 3rd or 4th best player. He had a lot of clutch 3-pointers, and I think the Cavs are just a better 3-point shooting team than the Pacers. Like I said, dude, the Pacers, like, they do have 3-point shooting, like Tyrese Haliburton, McConnell, but Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, not really three-point shooters, but I do think this will be a good matchup on the defensive end. Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner versus Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. But, yeah, I will take the Cavs in 7 games. I do think the Pacers take it the whole series, but home court advantage, Cavs are kind of unstoppable at home. So then we have Knicks versus Celtics, the 3 seed versus the 2 seed, where the Celtics will have home court advantage, where the last actually 4 NBA champions besides the Celtics, I believe it's 3 or 4, have lost in the second round after winning the finals, so this would definitely be a good time to pick an upset here, but I will have the Celtics moving on in 6 games. I really do think the Celtics are a really good team. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, like I said, the three-point volume, they have such a good three-point volume team. Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, I mean, he's 7'3", and he can hit threes. Tatum, Brown, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, just there's so many people that can shoot threes on that team. So then, the Eastern Conference Finals, I will have the 1-seeded Cavs versus the 2-seeded Celtics, where I think you got to look at the three-point volume, like I said, where the Cavs have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and the Cavs have three-point shooting, and they have a good defensive team. They have Evan Mobley, who is, he's got a really good chance to win D-Boy. He's got a really good chance to win Defensive Player of the Year. Jared Allen, also really good, top 10 defensive player in the league right now. And the Celtics definitely have a really good defense. Drew Holiday, a really good defensive veteran guard. Some other players like that. But I will say the Cavs do definitely have a better defense than the Celtics, but I think the Celtics and Cavs are kind of split on offense. Donovan Mitchell is just a powerhouse. There's Darius Garland, like I said, the three-point volume. I think the Cavs can hit a three-point volume, but I'm not going to go against the defending champs, so I'm going to go Celtics in 6. I would love to see the Cavs make it to the finals, but I think next year they could definitely make it. They have a better chance. So, let's move on to the Western Conference, where we'll have, of course, the Mavs versus the Grizzlies in the play-in, but they'll play the 1-seeded Thunder, the winner of that game. No matter what, I'm going to take both 1-seeds, Cavs and Thunder, to win 5 games over the 8-seed. I do think I'll give the 8-seed 1 game in this series. I definitely think the Grizz could probably take it this to 2 games, win 2 games. Mavs might get swept. I'll give them a game too. But yeah, I really do like this Thunder team. Not a lot to say about them. Nuggets, Clippers, 4 versus the 5. Nuggets have home court advantage. Nuggets kind of falling apart right now. They fired their head coach about a week ago, 10 days, a week or 2 ago. And, the Clippers they beat the Warriors to get to this position. And I really do like them. They, like I said, three-point volume. They've got James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Defensively, they have, Norman Powell, Zubac. They're more of an offensive type team, which I do think this Nuggets team is very offensive. But I do think the Nuggets can shoot threes. Jokic can shoot threes. Jamal Murray can shoot threes. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun. Russell Westbrook, I know he's been known to choke in the playoffs before, but he can even hit clutch three-point shots. He has done that before in his career. I know he's not in his prime anymore, of course, but still. But I'll take the Nuggets in 7 games here. I know they just have that championship instinct with Jokic, so I'll take them here. And then, now we have the Lakers versus the Timberwolves at 3 versus 6. Lakers have home court advantage, of course. But I really do like this Timberwolves team. Like I said, they made it to the conference finals last year. I know they don't have that big man scorer like Karl Anthony Towns, also known as Cat. Last year kind of was. He was just kind of a big man that could shoot and score. They traded him to the Knicks. They got Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle in that trade. But man, I really would love to pick this Timberwolves team. I think that's a very hot upset that a lot of people will be picking, but I will take the Lakers in 6 games. 2 games for the Timberwolves. I could definitely see this going 7 games and maybe the Timberwolves even winning. But man, I don't want to go against LeBron James in the playoffs first round, of course. And then Rockets are a 2 seed versus 7 seed Warriors. And this is a lot like the 2 seed and the 7 seed in the Western Conference 2 years ago, where the Grizzlies were the 2 and the Lakers were the 7, where a lot of people I think the majority of people actually picked the 7 seed, the Lakers, to upset them, and they actually did upset them. They ended up beating them in 6 games. Grizzlies won 2, Lakers won 4, and then Lakers ended up beating the Warriors in 6 games the next. series, and then they end up getting swept, and then the Nuggets went to the NBA Finals. But I will say this about the Rockets: they don't have a ton of experience. I mean, I know they're really athletic. Jabari Smith, Alfred Şengün, Jalen Green. They do have a veteran player in Fred VanVleet, but I don't want to go against I don't want to go against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler's offensive ability in the first round and that championship type instinct and Draymond Green. So I'm going to go Warriors in 6 games. I think the Warriors get the upset there. So then the second round will be the 1-seeded Thunder versus the 4-seeded Nuggets. Where I do think this is a really good series. Like I talked about, the 3-point volume. The Thunder really don't have a ton of 3-point volume. I know they have Nikola Jokic, of course. I mean, I'm talking about the Nuggets now. I know the Thunder have, Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander, but they don't really have anybody else. I mean, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren can't really shoot threes. Alex Caruso is more of just a defensive type guard. Isaiah Hartenstein's more of just a big man defensive type player. They got him from the Knicks last year. I really don't see anybody. This Thunder team's really young, but they have a really good defense. But I mean, they can score with Shea, of course, their best scorer, but he's really their only 3-point shooter. Nuggets do have a lot of 3-point shooting with Jokic and Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray can definitely hit some clutch shots in clutch moments like that. But I will take the Thunder in 7 games. I think both 4 seeds that come out of the 4 or 5 game will definitely take the 1 seed or the 8 seed to 7 games. But mostly likely the 1 seed. But yeah, I like the Thunder to go to the Western Conference Finals. And then the Lakers versus the Warriors. This is kind of a weird matchup. 3-seeded Lakers versus 7-seeded Warriors. Like I said, Warriors get the upset. Lakers end up beating the Timberwolves. But I will take the Lakers. This happened 2 years ago. Like I said earlier. The Lakers played the Warriors, and the Lakers won in 6 games. And the Warriors did have home court advantage. This time, the Lakers have home court advantage, and that is key in a playoff series. So, and man, I just don't want to bet against LeBron James right now, or Luka Doncic, or Austin Reeves. He can be electric from 3-point line. I'm going to take the Lakers in 6 games. I'm going to take the smart route. And then, Western Conference Finals, Thunder, 1-seeded Thunder versus 3-seeded Lakers. I think this is like the 3-point volume. Austin Reeves can hit 3-pointers. Luka Doncic can definitely hit 3-pointers. LeBron can hit 3-pointers. But besides that, I mean, Dalton Connect, Ronnie James, not really. Dalton Connect, maybe. See who else? Gabe Vincent, Ruby Hachimura, more defensive type guards, small forwards type guards. I will take the Thunder in 6 games. I think the 1-seeded Thunder will move on. I'm not betting against this young Thunder team that's so athletic. So, yeah, congratulations. And I will say the conference finals MVPs in the Eastern Conference, I know Jaylen Brown won it last year for the Celtics, but I'm going to go Jason Tatum this year. And then Western Conference Finals, of course, I'm going to take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then here we have it, the NBA Finals, 1-seeded Thunder versus 2-seeded Celtics, where this is a key factor that you might want to put in the back of your head. Thunder have home court advantage. All I'm saying. But I will take it back to the 3-point volume type, like I said this whole entire time. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis. There are so many ways the Celtics can beat you by 3-pointing. And then they have some experienced guards like Drew Holiday that can really play defensive ball. And, man, this Thunder team just can't really shoot 3-pointers. I mean, you look at them, really only Shea can score. So, I'm going to have to take the defending champs to win the NBA championship. I hate the Boston Celtics. I don't want them to win it again, but I'm going to take the Boston Celtics in 6 games. Finals MVP, Jason Tatum. I know Jaylen Brown won Conference Finals MVP and NBA Finals MVP last year, but I'm going to take Jason Tatum to win Conference Finals MVP and NBA Finals MVP. So there it is. The Boston Celtics are the NBA champions of 2025. If y'all like today's video, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, know when we upload, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Peace.